And hello there, it's me, RJB, from RJB TV, from the channel that you're watching right now. In the previous episode, we had Burgersasu face off against 458 yet again. And that game had some pretty fun stuff happening here and there, but in the end, one of the two players lost. This time around, I'm not going to spoil it. Because I'm going to treat these two games, the previous one and this one, as standalone games. They're actually part of a best of series, but I casted the first two games, and it turns out I was not recording. So now I've decided to split up the remaining two games, which one I did in the previous video, and the other one I'm doing in this video, and treat them as standalone games. So, you have not been spoiled yet by me talking about the previous game. Go and watch it, or don't, because I have disconnected two games from each other. They do belong together, but it's no longer part of a big series. Just treating them as standalones. So Burgersasu here on the green Terran, bottom right of the map. I almost said left, bottom right of the map. And his opponent here is 458, again on the Protoss, on the pink Protoss, on the 9 o'clock spawn location, the middle left. So, what are they going to do? Well, I can tell you one thing. They are going to do things that will excite you and excite me. Because that is something that is always a guarantee when you see these two meet up on the fastest map to beat each other to a pulp. They are putting their, well, not their lives, neither their bodies. They're putting their pride on the line. Yes, they're putting their pride on the line to entertain you and I. You could say that they are modern day gladiators of the modern age, who just put their pride on the line, not their bodies, not their lives, but nonetheless, pride is something that they do put onto the line. And they do it with interesting build orders here. This is a gateway, very interesting stuff here from 458 that I've never ever seen him do before. He's going for a wall in the front with a gateway and a forge, and this is interesting because I have never seen him do exactly this. I mean, he's doing the exact same build order as usual, gets a pylon in the front, then gets a forge, then gets a gateway, and then two cannons. That is the exact same thing that he always does. It's just the placement of the structures is different than usual. The forge and the gateway are more exposed to getting killed. So let's hope for 458 that they do not get killed. Because the Marines are out, and they might just move about to start hitting that gateway and take it down. But at the moment though, he's pulling his Marines back home. He just does not want this probe to get into his home, and does not want the Zealot spawning very soon to get into his home either. So his main focus right now is to make sure that 458 does not sneak in, because he built double barracks, then a command center and a gas, and then a very fast factory. He does not have much to defend himself with, nor does he have much to attack with, but he does have enough to maybe kill the one gateway there. He might just have enough to kill the gateway from a distance. Although, ooh, smart move from 458. He sees and noticed that 458, that Burgersasu was building a barracks there on the bottom corner to get, maybe build a firebat and then run the firebat into the mineral line with a stim and just toast all the probes and get himself an easy win by killing the economy. He pushes the Zealot away with the Marines, make sure the barrack will finish up, but 458 now, of course, knows that a barracks is being built, and he delayed the barracks, so he's going to build some cannons here back at home to protect his probe, so the firebats will never ever make a touchdown on those probes. The probes will stay alive for sure. You got double robo there on the way in the front and a Citadel of Adun here in the back. All the way here on the top. And two more gateways being built as well. There's still only two cannons are in the front, and Burgersasu might just be planning to break through that choke by going for fast siege mode and a fast tank, although I do see him going for a fast starport, which might mean either a dropship if he gets a control tower, or if no control tower, it is going to be a Wraith, and the Wraith is going to be fighting against the shuttle. I think that is pretty much the option, or the options he has on the table at the moment. He's getting siege mode, siege tank is on the way. Is he going to get a Wraith or a control tower? Big question looming in my mind. It's a control tower, it's going to be a dropship. He is planning on going for a tank drop. He's using the barracks for scouting purposes instead of using it for firebats, because he didn't actually get into the base. He's now using the barracks to basically get free information for a very long period of time. Dragoons are spawning. They're going to try to make sure that the barracks dies before the Reavers do, but the Reavers are almost out of the robos. He's only building a single Reaver though, not a second one, because he had to use the gas he would use for the Reaver for the Dragoons. He's getting 2 more gateways there as well. He's got support by finished up, of course. He's getting speed for Zealot and speed for Shuttle, whereas we have Burgersasu going for defensive stuff. He's just going for defensive stuff. He's getting that dropship for the tank drop. He's got a triple barrack production going on now, but his army is quite small because this third barracks only just now finished up. He's getting level 1 attack. Level 1 attack will help him snipe those shuttles out of the sky. It will also help him kill the High Templars and the Zealots that will be unloading inside of his base. He will only probably get level 1 attack for Marines, not level 2, because usually by the time they are ready to get level 2 attack for Marines, the Terrans on fastest map, they start just building factories all over the place. But we have seen Burgersasu go for a very heavy Marine composition with a lot of Marines and 8 barracks, and then get himself a level 2 armor, level 2 weapon. Great shot there on the tank in the back. Reaver does not take any shots, but there's Marines in the bunker, which means the Zealots and the Dragoons get pushed away, and the double tank on the scene are enough to keep everything alive in the front. So a standard frontal attack there from 458 does not get any results. Burgersasu has an easy time defending himself. There was an attempt at a tank drop, but he couldn't really get in there. He turned around without unloading. 458 just really spent a lot of minerals on a lot of cannons very early into the game. He did not take a single risk and did not give Burgersasu even an inch or a single chance to unload a tank and hit the probe. So I'd say very protective and defensive play from 458, despite going for some shuttle drops here and there, but he's delaying his fighting potential by going for a lot of minerals on those cannons. Great Reaver shots there though. Marines go down. The Marine count is quite low because he had the 2 barracks for so long as if he's running away to safety, but the Scarab does not explode. A little bit of luck there on Burgersasu's side, but not a shot there coming from the Reaver. Reaver gets a shot off and kills almost nothing at all. But that was a great move from 458, but luck was not on his side. All he needed was for that 1 Scarab to explode, and he would have killed at least 10, maybe 12 SCVs, and that would have put him into a lead. Quite a significant lead over Burgersasu. Now Burgersasu did go for the 5 barrack defense on a corner spawn, which means he has a lot of Marines pretty much always ready to defend every single angle of approach that 458 can take. Reaver unloads, Reaver shoots, Reaver kills one group, but the other group splits up and kills the Reaver. The medics there are going to heal them up. The Zealots did not do too much. He's got factory number 2 and 3 finished up, and we don't have another starport yet or a science facility. He's getting a Wraith now. He's got 1 Wraith there, wait, it's a dropship. And he's got no Wraiths at the moment, actually. Just put those dropships on the sides. Usually, when you see the small dots hanging on the side, it's Wraiths. This time around, he's using dropship that he used or wanted to use for tank drops. He put those dropships on the high ground next to his base because he is not going to use them for anything else anyway. He's never ever going to get a single tank drop off on all these cannons defending. Well, there are some spots where he can try, but sometimes it takes too much effort, too much actions, too much time to try and get in there. We're seeing some very fast carriers from 458. He went for 6 gateways into drops, and he's producing from those 6 gateways for the drops, but he's going straight into carriers on the back of those drops. He's praying to the gods that his drops will actually hurt Burgersasu, at least at some point, because that is going to slow Burgersasu's ability to get anti-carrier units out quite by a bit. And the more of a surprise the carriers are, the better they are. He does see the starporter on the top side, but does not get any crucial, important information on whether 458 is going for carriers or not. We might have to wait for a third or second scan until he finds out that it's carriers that he's building. Getting ship weapon and ship armor. He's not getting tank upgrades, he's getting air upgrades only, and that might just mean or imply that Burgersasu knows that carriers are indeed on the menu. He's also already pushing out, because he does not want to give 458 the time to build carriers. This is extremely aggressive play from Burgersasu. His base is far from finished. He's adding on 2 more barracks. He might get level 2 attack from Marines, maybe level 1 armor. There in the front, fight is occurring. Reaver there getting great shots off on those tanks and Marines. Reaver's still alive. It's double Reaver actually. He's gonna kill his entire army with this approach. One more shot there from the Reaver. That one does not kill too much. 2 more tanks go down, and it does in the end look like Burgersasu won the fight, but it did cost him almost his entire army. Likewise for 458, his entire army that was on the scene is now dead and gone. He's gonna try again. Shuttle flying through, Reaver inside, tanks not sieged up, so the tanks will not kill the Reavers, immediately picks them right back up, gets one more shot off with the Reaver, but does not slow him down too much. The shots from the Reaver did not kill too many of those tanks or Marines. He approaches closer, gets a couple more shots off, the tank stays alive, Marine goes down. Back at home, carriers are almost finished up. He's got a group of 6 ready to go. Still building interceptors and 4 more on the way for a total of 10. He might go for 11. Usually 11 is the magic number. Getting Storm, getting attack and armor for air, getting some high temples in the mix as well, getting more Reavers. He's still microing that Reaver shuttle there on his sides to pick up units from a safe distance. Okay, he does not have enough interceptors yet. He's winning this fight, but the Marines are not having a bad time killing interceptors. There's no upgrade yet on the interceptors. And one carrier overshoots its mark and takes a lot of damage, forced to retreat. Not very clean by 458, but he did buy himself maybe just enough time to slow this push down by just enough to buy himself just enough time to finish the remaining carriers and get those additional interceptors ready to roll, ready to rock. Yeah, Burgersasu here is not really that well equipped to be fighting against carriers. He's getting level 2 attack, getting Terran boosters for Goliaths, getting all the upgrades from his armories all at the same time, getting Valkyries as well, but he only has 3 starports, so the Valkyries won't be that great in number, but at the moment it does look like he has just enough to keep 458 pushed just away from the middle. Areas coming in the flank. Marines are dying to the cannons. Got a big shuttle drop there on the bottom corner ready to go in. There's literally nothing of significance in between the shuttles and his destination. He's stimming in, gonna try to snipe the shuttles. He's unloading the shuttles really quickly. High Templar unloaded on the start there. One more High Templar unloads in the back. Forms a couple of those SCVs, but there's only 5 that die. The other 50 or something ran away to safety and keeps pretty much everything alive. Shuttle there, still in the bottom corner though, but there's a High Templar in there. And he's pulling the Marines away. Looks like 458 is going to have himself a great day because Burgersasu is not killing it, which means that the High Templar can at some point kill the SCVs when he least expects it. Although the tanks are sieging up, but the tanks sieging up might just mean that when the Templar unloads, it will die immediately. Just keep your eye on this for a little while longer. Shield is taking damage. It will go down before he unloads and simply does not get enough time to unload the High Templar because it didn't have energy yet for another storm. Now an attack there on the side. We got Corsairs in the sky. Raids are coming in, but we have a lot of observers. Corsairs hunting for those Valkyries with Marines on the bottom will make quick and easy work of those Corsairs, I believe. Interceptors took too much damage, forced to retreat. Vessel on the chase, going for an EMP, hits the carriers, and if Corsairs go down, Valkyries pretty much took no damage whatsoever. Game is looking great for Burgersasu on 91 SCVs, A couple SCVs too many, but he is looking strong, looking fine. He's getting ghosts as well with lockdown and increased vision range to maybe snipe those carriers out of the sky with a lockdown and render them ineffective. Both players following very tight game plans. Very tight game plans. They're getting everything exactly on time, and they know exactly what they have to do to buy themselves more time to be more adequately prepared for whatever the opponent is going to throw at them. Oh, he sees the shuttle, but it's out of lockdown range. He's going to unload. Oh, gets a lockdown, but the Reaver unloads. The Reaver shoots it low, but misses the SCVs. They were still there on the minerals. Carriers are on the side distracting, but the distraction did not really succeed. He's building a lot of shield batteries on the side and some cannons as well. They're going to at least keep the Valkyries locked in their base. If he does not build these shield batteries and cannons, the carriers will not have a safe zone to retreat to. If he builds cannons and shield batteries, the carriers can retreat to the shield batteries and the Valkyries cannot chase them. It allows the carriers to heal up safely and basically just go for sort of a run-by attack. Like they go in, they attack until the shields are gone and then they retreat, and they heal up the shields instantly there in the back of the shield batteries. This time around, a lot more Corsairs. Drop comes in as well. Drop arrives on location. Is there something in there? No, it appears to be empty. It appears to be empty. Templars are here on the high ground. They are there to storm on the Valkyries, while here at the front we have Goliaths and tanks pushing onto 458's choke point. 458 is now forced to retreat from this proxy base to deal with these Goliaths and tanks. Burgersasu realized, I've got some ground units, and I am successfully defending against the carriers. I might as well send those ground units out to attack and force the carriers to retreat. Or at least force 458 to deal with this small army here, which he is now forced to do. This cannon's coming up on the middle, which should prevent these kinds of moves that Burgersasu just made from being made again. Cannons on the middle will prevent units knocking on his front door. Because the real thing here is that tanks just do not serve a purpose against carriers and Corsairs. So when you have some tanks lying around and you're defending against carriers, just send them out across the map and have them kill stuff. Because that will at some point force the Protoss to pull away from attacking and focus on killing those couple of tanks. Just a couple of tanks can be highly effective. So I do expect Burgersasu to at some point set like 3 to 4 tanks into this choke point and kill those cannons on the middle. Big drop coming in there from 458. He's going to unload either here on the corner or at the main base, going straight for the main base. He's ignoring everything. Lockdown's coming out on most of the shuttles, but a couple shuttles do make their way through. Templars storming. Are there any more Templars in there? I do not see them unloading. Yes, one more storm comes down. SVs do stay alive. There's 74 still on the minerals remaining. Does he have one more High Templar? Or was that everything? The carriers retreat back to the shield batteries to heal up their shields. The shuttles go down. Very good setup there by 458. But Burgersasu was prepared, and he was adequately skilled enough to actually deal with that tricky setup. Very important little thing to be able to do is knowing what setups a Protoss will use. When you see carriers coming in to attack you on the side, expect shuttles to fly through at the same time. Because that is one of the plays Protoss has on fastest map. It is shuttles flying in under the protection of carriers and interceptors. Burgersasu is being proactive. He's not sitting in his base. He's not waiting for the carriers to come to him. He's moving into the middle to try and stop the cannons from containing him forever and ever. We got like 14 courses in the sky and a lot of observers are dying to Valkyrie shots. The carriers are slowly dying as well to interceptors returning back home. Shuttle makes its way through. SVs do run to safety. He keeps most of them alive yet again. Locked them there on an empty shuttle. And the carriers are very, very weak. One goes down to a couple of rockets hitting it as they retreat. The carriers do not seem to be working. Even though the setup is very tricky. Corsairs to push the Valkyries away. that doesn't really seem to be working because we have a lot of ghosts and EMPs on the scene to take the shields away of the carriers and the corsairs, which should allow the Valkyries to easily kill them. 458 is not giving up on that. He's got more carriers, more corsairs on the way. He's mixing in a couple more drops. The amount of carriers has shrunk tremendously. There's only 6 alive. Wait, make it 5 very soon because he's getting target fired there by the Goliaths. He did replenish the shields. Corsairs pushing the vessel away, but running straight into Valkyries. And the Valkyries should have no trouble taking it down with the support of those turrets. And here in the middle, he pushes back Burgersasu's tank army. Almost on maxed out upgrades. He's on 2-2 for tanks and 2-2 for air. He's got 4 armors, but he's only getting the double air upgrade. We have upgrades for 458 as well. He's got 2-2-2, almost on 2-3-3. 2 attack, 3 armor, 3 shields, finishing up with a matter of seconds. And yeah, it's just going to be an air against air fight. Shuttle drop on the bottom. Lockdown's happening. One more lockdown hits it right on time. Shuttles doing the unload. SCVs stay safe and sound, working hard for their pay, for their bread they so earnestly deserve. He's just going to keep on trying. 458 is not really... He's managing to keep Burgersasu contained in his base. He's managing to keep Burgersasu's economy somewhat from exploding towards the moon, because the minerals are quite low for Burgersasu, because he's always forced to keep pulling those SCVs to safety, always forced to keep replacing those Valkyries and tanks. He's always spending his money. This 458 has grown a small little bank that might just grow a tiny bit bigger over time, but he did just lose all the carriers. He's rebuilding all the carriers, and being in a phase of rebuilding gives Burgersasu the opportunity to push into the middle, which he is at the moment not really trying to do. He's kind of doing it like half-assed. He's not really putting a lot of effort into that push into the middle. Goliaths entering the middle as well. Zealot unloading there to maybe kill the tank. Yeah, 458 is really waiting for his carriers to be rebuilt. Both players in about similar supplies, similar economies. Burgersasu now getting all of the final ground upgrades as well. Great storm there on the Goliaths and the tanks, saves the middle. He's going to try to fly into 458 into Burgersasu's base, or just throw the... I think he was just throwing the shuttles away. At some point, you just got to throw them away, build new ones, because that's faster than pulling them back home. Just faster than pulling them back home. On the fastest you can afford to do that, just throw away a couple of those units, because you have infinite amounts of money. Shuttle once again coming in. Is there a High Templar in there, or is it shuttles? He unloads a High Templar, gonna try to storm, but it's sniped instantly. Blooded Templar arrives on the scene, storms. Not the best storm, the tanks were already going down, but just clear that out. Carriers again have arrived. 10 of them in the sky, 1 more on the way, 3 shuttles in production. And we have about 4 shuttles there flying over the top side, but there's, for some reason, a single vessel exactly on its flight path. It gets spotted out, Burgersasu knows it's coming, and there's also still all these structures here on the top side that will function as a detection system, as a warning system. Carriers again trying to slow Burgersasu down. He's moving away from the carriers towards the cannons, which will put 458 into a position of having to fly his carriers away from that hillside coverage. Let me just take away the vision. Oh, he took down a drop. The drop has arrived. He didn't take it down. Hits everything for the first time this game. 17 SCVs still alive. That was the drop he needed to hit. Here in the middle, the Goliath army also just went down. It looks like Burgersasu just went down from maxed out supply all the way down to 110, now 121. He's recovering. He's got a couple of minerals in the bank to stay alive with for a little while longer. But if 458 manages to, in very quick succession, hit another drop and kill a lot of units, then Burgersasu might be in trouble. Actually, Burgersasu is already in trouble. He pulled all of the SCVs mining gas towards the minerals, but as a result, he has no gas in the bank at all. He built a lot of Goliaths, but his supply is so extremely low. He is at the moment in danger, a lot of danger. Drop comes in, Templars unloading, Templar storming, Templar hits him exactly where he dodged to. Does keep most of the SCVs alive. That was a good drop. Burgersasu is getting disrupted, he's getting hurt, he's getting punched, he's bleeding. Can he recover from this? Very aggressive forward posturing here from Burgersasu, chases the carriers down over an unprotected base, and he's gonna kill all of them, and that might just be his saving grace. This carrier army was the only army capable of properly fighting that 458 had, and now it's all dying, dead, and gone. A couple of Valkyries do get taken down along with them, but the carriers are dead and gone, but the Valkyries are on the top side of the map, not back at home, and a drop is coming in over the bottom side, stacked up. Difficult to lock this down. Do see some ghosts on the scene, trying to lock down, no cannot. Gets the lockdown just on time, double lockdown on double stack shuttle, got it just on time. He tried to be tricky by pulling the courses to the side, but as a result, the shuttles were unprotected, uncovered, and he gets the lockdown just in time. And the question becomes, can he actually kill the shuttles with the ghosts on time before the lockdown ends? This one is empty. This one is empty as well. Both shuttles are actually empty. It was just a stupid distraction drop. Just a stupid distraction drop. A fight in the middle happening. The carriers are dead and gone. Got a couple of carriers on the way. He's largely building zealots and corsairs. He really needs I think at this point into the game, it would be a wise choice for 458 to switch over into a gateway army, because we have a lot of Valkyries for Burgersasu. A lot of Valkyries for Burgersasu. We have, that's a lot of, well, not a lot. He had more in the past, now I see only about 9. A lot of drop over the bottom side. Does he have lockdowns? It's 4 shuttles. Valkyries coming in as if he's running to safety, gets 1 lockdown on 1 shuttle, but 1 Templar unloads, is too far away to storm on the SCVs. As he's running to a safer location, storms on the ghost there on the top corner, but the SCVs do make their way out of there, although the Zealots are killing some of those SCVs. The Zealots are killing some SCVs. Here on the middle, the tanks are pushing forward. Vultures are placing mines in a protective vicinity to make sure that the Zealots run into the mines and die. Although the Zealots wind up pulling some mines into the tanks, but most of the Zealots go down to the mines. A couple storms coming down, but dodging the storms there because he's no longer sieged up. He's going to focus on killing this here on the bottom of the map first. Wants to take away this small little foothold that 458 has on the map. Wants back map control. Carriers have been built, but there's only 4 of them. Although we do not have Goliaths here. There's 1 single Goliath, but that 1 single Goliath is not going to be a problem at all. The Valkyries are still forced to hang on the bottom side. They could try to relocate to the top side here and kill the carriers. But Burgersasu is just like, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna kill whatever I can as fast as I can and let these tanks die. Because he has recovered his economy. 83 SCVs. Most of the gas is filled up. He's now filling up the remaining ones. But yeah, his economy is gonna be fine. He can replace whatever he loses pretty quickly now. He is completely fine. Another big drop there from 458 on the bottom side of the map. It's Valkyries in between, a lot of Valkyries, like 14, maybe 16 Valkyries ready to take down whatever they can. Drop might fly in as the Valkyries are distracted. It might not work, it might work. Not too sure. He knows something is coming. Burgersasu knows something is coming very, very soon. Drop comes in. Shuttle survive. Valkyries coming in. Shuttle still surviving. Starts unloading. So he's running to safety. He's chasing them down. Templar unloads. There's 2 Templars. There's the 3 Templars. There's 3 Storms at least. And he kills 20 SCVs, but doesn't kill the remaining 61. Oh, returns back to the mirrors. Kills another 12. Great delayed storm. But was it enough? Killed 35. We have 4 command centers. And 53 SCVs still alive. And a bit of gas in the bank. A couple minerals there as well. He should be fine. But I can't say for certain because now we have Zealots inside of his base, killing his stuff. There's mines in the middle. Most of his units are still under construction. This is actually one of those very few times where 458 has the opportunity to maybe break through some of these defenses that he's been trying to break through for the past 25 minutes. But first, cannons on the middle. Let's rebuild this safety zone, this buffer zone, to slow Burgersasu down on a counter push. It's not a drop. Where's the drop? Here's the drop. Double shuttle. A lot of trouble. There's a double combo of Corsair carrier with shuttles behind, ready to strike when Burgersasu is distracted. But first in come the carriers. EMP hunting. EMP hits the Corsairs, not the carriers. The carriers take some damage there though from the Valkyries pulling those Valkyrie rockets into those carrier bodies. Tanks on the middle pushing forward. There's two things happening on two locations. Burgersasu pushing on the middle, stopping the contain, while also fighting the carriers on the side. Get some shots of on the shuttles. Corsairs flies right through. He flies right through. Mayday, mayday. Will he unload a High Templar? No, yes he did. He hits the Valkyries. A lot of Valkyries just went down, and this might just give 458 the very first chance of this game to move forward. But we have lockdowns. That's 1, it's 2, it's gonna be 3, it's gonna be 4. We might have number 5 as well. Number 6, is he gonna kill the command center? He might actually still kill the command center because he is not targeting it. He's targeting it now. It's getting repaired, but is it getting repaired quick enough? The carriers are not taking damage. There's literally nothing here that is actually damaging these carriers to any significant degree. We have like 4 Valkyries there on the scene. Command centers, more Valkyries just spawn, coming in to save the day. Does the main command center stay alive? It's burning. It dies. He failed to repair his main command center. The carriers are dying, which means it's gonna take a couple, like a minute to rebuild them. But Burgersasu calls GG. Burgersasu or 458 called GG. I don't know who left. I do not know who left. I don't know who of the two left the game. I got this replay from Burgersasu or 458, one of the two. I know I have this replay twice. I'm not sure who of these two players I got the replay from. But I don't know who left the game. You would think... Oh my god, this is an annoying situation. I sincerely do not know who left the game. So yes, 458 killed the carriers. Burgersasu is pushing on the middle. He has a maxed out supply, so he can push even further. But he has a lot of Valkyries in the sky. If 458 switches over to just purely a ground army, he might just win with a counter push onto those tanks. But likewise, Burgersasu can still win the game. I sincerely do not know who wins this game. This is something I've honestly never really ever seen before, where I cannot determine who won or who lost. I just know that one of the two players left the game, or so I assume. I just don't know what to say about this. But the game looks worse for Burgersasu. He's got 1,000 minerals, 1,300 gas. He lost his main command center, but he's not really supply block. You cannot call 192 being supply block. I am just going to have to leave this up in the air. I cannot say with certainty who won or who lost. I hope you don't mind that I cannot determine this. But the odds are stacked in 458's favor. With Burgersasu, you never know if he still is going to win, because he's capable of still winning this. I just don't know. But that's it for today. It was RJB for RJB TV. I hope you enjoyed the game. I surely did enjoy that game quite a lot. We saw a lot of variety, mostly of the carrier and shuttle dropping kind. We saw both players make a lot of moves, have a lot of reads. and go for a lot of interesting counter moves and attacks and punches, try out a lot of different things, try the same thing a couple times again and again. Overall, I really enjoyed what both players were doing. It was a tight neck by neck race to a finish line that I think we never reached.